Hello, welcome to another video of Python programming. Every program needs to perform tasks, and to perform tasks, we need data. So today we are going to talk about data containers and how can we store data inside computer to work on them. What are data containers? All software need to store, access, and manipulate data to perform tasks. Those data live on in containers inside RAM. So we have gotten two types of these containers, okay? One, variables and constants. Variable is a named location in memory or in RAM whose value can change while the program is running. So you can change its value. But a constant is a fixed container. A constant represents a named location in memory whose value must not change during program execution. We use them for fixed facts, for example, pi or things like that. And there is a very small convention that we have to write all constant names in uppercase, okay? In some programming languages like Java, we have gotten specific keywords like const to make a variable constant, and after that, if you try to change the value of that constant as well, you will face a runtime error. But in Python, we do not have that. So creating a variable is very simple here, okay? We will just simply write name of the variable. For example, I'll write student name and assignment operator. And after that, for example, we can write there John. So this is a simple variable named student name, and the value John is stored inside that, okay? Or we can say that, age is equal to 13. For example, John is 13 years old. So this is another variable, and the value 13 is stored inside that. So we have gotten this, okay? Then in Python, as we do not have any constant keyword, so we simply have to follow the convention to write all the letters of a constant name in uppercase letters, okay? So for example, pi is equal to 3.14159. So that is this kind of constant, okay? Now if I want to change it, okay, in the next lines, if I just write something like this, so I will not have any error, so it will work. But the thing is, okay, because I have written this in all capital letters, in the future it is a reminder for myself as well, and for other programmers who work on the same project that I'm working as well, that this is a constant and it is not supposed to change. So that is the difference between variable and constant. Both of them are containers on RAM that we can store data inside them. Variables, we can change them or we can change their values, but constants, we are not supposed to change their values, okay? So that is overall what we have here. Here we've gotten some keywords that might help you in tests or maybe just talking with your friends about programming. The first one is allocation, okay? Allocation, simply it means memory is set aside the exact moment your variable is created. For example, when I just run this code, when this is run, this is executed, a small portion of RAM is allocated for this variable, okay? So that is allocation. Then initialization, it means setting the value of a variable for the first time, okay? So before we are just creating a variable, we can many times change the value of that, but the first time that you put a value inside a variable, that is called initialization. And assignment, simply that is associating a value with a variable or constant, simply associating a value, not only for the first time, for fourth, fifth, 10th time, okay? So, and for that as well, we use this one equal sign in programming, which is known as assignment operator. Then we have gotten some rules and some conventions for identifiers, okay? So identifiers, simply that is technical term for name of a variable or constant, okay? So that is identifier, and we have gotten some rules and some conventions. Rules are unbreakable. If you just break the rules, you will face runtime errors. But conventions, they are just simply there to make your code more readable and avoid confusions. If you do not follow them, you will not face any kind of error, and your program will still run very smoothly. So in the rules we have gotten, uh, identifiers must consist only of letters, digits, and underscores. It means you cannot use any other special character, spaces, hyphens, dots, question marks in the variable names. Okay, so only letters, digits, and underscores. And the second thing is you cannot use Python keywords, for example, if or print, that are used in Python as variable names, because that will just create confusion. And if you just do that, you will face a runtime error. Okay, and the first letter cannot be a number. Okay, so here I can just tell you, for example, yeah, score is equal to 98. That is just an acceptable identifier. Okay, math score, that is again acceptable. Math underscore score is 76, that is also acceptable. If I run this, I will not face any kind of problem. Okay, then we have gotten something like a see if. Okay, for example, if it is 98, so here, yeah, you have gotten problem and you will have some syntax errors. Okay, and also score 2 is equal to 98, that is completely acceptable. This is just all right. Okay, but if I write 2 score is equal to 98, so again you have gotten syntax error here, and you can just not use that. So there are some rules. Okay, there are some rules for identifiers. And after that, yeah, we have gotten conventions. And conventions are things that make your code readable, and they are used to avoid confusions. So first of all, if our identifiers have gotten more than one word, okay, then we can use one of these camel case or snake case formats to make the names readable. For example, if I just write here total math score is equal to 98, that is just a little bit difficult to read. Okay, but if I just simply do this total, then after that all the next words, if I just start them with capital letters, it will just make it easier to read. So total math score, so yeah, on M I know that the new word has started, and on S I know that the new word has started, so it is just kind of making it easier to read. Okay, or I can just write total underscore math underscore score is equal to 98. Okay, so this is more readable, it is easier to read. Okay, so this is called camel case, and this is called snake case. Okay, so you have to know. And the next convention that we have, that is again, okay, constant variables or constant identifiers must all be in all caps. Okay, if you just do not do that, you will not face any kind of errors. But if you just do it, it'll be easier for you and for your colleagues to understand that. Okay, so that is overall about variables and constants, the difference between them, and after that the rules and conventions. Okay, I hope you have just learned it really well. You can just review this video. Wish you all the best, good luck, and see you in the next video. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel.